begin the first cleanse, I've just popped on our steamer as well. This will just really help the products sink into your skin and just warm up your facial muscles. So this is arnica that you can smell. I always like to start with this, just as my welcome touch. So I've just made you a little bespoke mask. So the little mask I've just made for you now is a mixture of cacao. So cacao is great. I always use this for any skins that I want to give a lot of love to. How's your skin feeling recently?
A little bit dry.
A bit dry.
Yeah.
Are you still using tretinoin?
I am, which is probably, the root of the dryness.
Okay, just move your hair behind your head. Lovely. Yeah, that is one side effect. There we go. To using it, it's great for kind of texture, improving texture, but it does kind of make your skin feel a little bit drier, just because it kind of stops the kind of production of your natural oil, so your sebum. And that's why it's quite nice on your off days, like the nights where you're not using it. Just really concentrate on hydration and moisture.
Yeah.
So a little bit dry it's feeling. About your sensitivity,
Sensitivity is probably okay, but I do have a few little breakouts, annoyingly, today.
Tiny ones.
Yeah.
What I can do is I always do a double cleanse, and then I've got a handheld device which is called an ultrasonic facial scrubber, which sounds very intense. But it's non-invasive, and what this does, it just gently helps to lift any impurities from your skin. It helps to decongest pores, so any little kind of whiteheads that you may have, it just helps to ease out any pus, basically, which is quite nice, quite satisfying for me.
Thank you. Yeah, that sounds fun.
And your kind of muscles, how are they feeling?
A little bit of jaw tension. Yeah, I think I've had some quite poor sleep recently. And then when I do get to sleep, I'm clenching a bit. Yeah.
So maybe like the buccal massage. I know we normally do that. So the intraoral massage. Yeah.
Yeah, it's my favourite. So good.
And then maybe some facial cupping. That's quite nice as well. Yeah. Okay. Lovely.
I mean, I trust you. You're doing this stuff.
I know, but it's habit. You know, you just always like have a little chat beforehand, just to kind of see what you're, looking for and how your skin's currently like.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish I didn't have the breakouts, but honestly, my skin was so clear last week.
No, but this is great. That's why you're here. It's perfect timing. But I always find as well with facial cupping, it really helps if someone has got any active spots. Lovely. So this is arnica that you can smell. I always like to start with this, just as my welcome touch, just to get your body used to my brushing. Plus arnica is just very soothing for the skin. Okay, Melissa, if you'd like to take one deep breath for me. And slowly exhale. One more deep breath for me. And exhale. If you'd like to carry on with the speed. And exhale. Lovely. begin the first cleanse, I've just popped on our steamer as well. This will just really help the products sink into your skin and just warm up your facial muscles. This is a very lovely oil cleanser that I love to use for all skins really. It's made with Kalahari lemon, which is naturally high in vitamin E. And what vitamin E does, it just helps with restoring your skin's barrier. Plus, Kalahari just smells delicious.
It smells so
It
good.
does. It smells, it reminds me of cherry drops, you know, the sweets.
Yeah.
It's so sweet. So it's great for sensitive skins as well, vitamin E. Because it's an oil cleanser, and it also just attracts any excess oil, clean to any dirt, any makeup, any SPF. So this is a gel cleanser, and it's slightly emulsifies. And this one is more detoxifying, without being too stripping on the skin barrier. This gently removes any dirt from pores. It's really great for active spots, so if you're currently experiencing breakouts. This just very gently kills bacteria while clearing pores. and it has a grapefruit, but it has got grapefruit in, but it smells very citrusy, which I love. It's very refreshing and it makes a great second cleanser. So like I'm saying, Melissa, just by looking at your skin, you're actually a combination. So your forehead, centre of your face really, so your forehead, down your nose and on your chin, and just a little bit on your cheeks here. You're naturally oily, whereas the sides of your face are normal, so your combination oily normal. But what we do have throughout is dehydration. So that's that tight feeling that you may feel slightly dry. It's actually dehydration. So your skin can be oily and dehydrated because your skin is after the water element opposed to moisture itself. Just by looking at your pores, I can tell just the centre of your face is currently oily, but you do feel and you do look a little bit dehydrated. So what I'm going to do is just use lots of lovely water-based products to hydrate you, as well as using ceramides, which will help to basically lock in the moisture, keep your barrier nice and strong and healthy. And this is an oat ceramide enzyme exfoliator, because this will help to also decongest pores while still supporting the skin as mentioned because of the ceramides.
So I guess are dry and dehydrated different things?
Yeah, so skin type would be oily skin, dry skin, normal, combination. So that's the type of skin that you have. So for yourself, you are combination. So you're like a mixture, which to be honest, most people are.
Okay.
So typically the centre of your face might be slightly more oily than the rest. And then skin condition would be like dehydration, which if you are skin type oily, you could still be dehydrated because that's the condition. And with dehydration, it just means that your body, your skin is after the water element. So it's not so much lacking in sebum, so natural oil. It's just kind of lacking in the water element. If you're dry skin, you are lacking in kind of the sebum, so the natural oil. But also if you're dehydrated and dry, you're also lacking in the water. So if someone is dehydrated, I always say, internally it's great to kind of keep hydrated, try and drink lots of water, or my personal favourite, kind of juicing. So if you are juicing fruits or vegetables, you're getting the hydration as well as the nutrients from the plant. And then topically, just by using water-based products such as facial serums, facial kind of, masks that are quite lightweight, facial mists, facial essences you can get. I feel like that's quite old school actually. Don't really see many essences, but yeah, they're all great. So you typically would use those before any sort of moisturiser. So you'd cleanse, for example, and then apply your hydrators, which are your serums, facial mists, anything that's going to allow your skin to absorb the hydration, like a glass of water for your skin cells. And then typically you would apply a moisturiser, maybe a lightweight moisturiser or a more richer one if you're more dry skinned. What that will do is moisturise the top layer of skin. So if you are lacking in natural oil, that part is very important for you. But in terms of dehydration, it's the water element that you would want to focus on. I like to carry with me a little facial mist to spritz throughout the day. Okay, so this is the ultrasonic facial scrubber. So this is the device that's non-invasive and it just helps to loosen any congestion within your pores. I always say to my clients, it kind of sounds and it will feel as if I'm shaving your face, just because it uses sonic vibrations to gently lift I always like to pre-warn people, not because it hurts, but because of the sensation. You're not overly congested at all, Melissa.
Really?
Yeah, everyone does have congestion, because it's completely normal to have, to be able to see a little bit of oil within your pores. So typically that may look quite transparent. If it's a build-up, it will become black in colour where it's oxidised. That's when you would want to kind of help manage that. That's when I would say someone has a little bit of congestion, more so than normal. But I would have classed you as being congested. So that means that whichever cleanser you're currently using is working.
That's good.
I think with cleansing though, I would say just, I find it quite therapeutic just to kind of take your time with it, maybe spend a little bit longer than usual, and just really massage your cleanser into your skin. That way you're allowing it to really get into the pores and remove your daily pollution really, and just everyday life.
Mm-hmm.
I find living in a city, we're all a little bit congested, we're all a little bit dehydrated.
Yeah, carrying around a facial spritz sounds like a really nice idea. Maybe do you have any recommendations?
Yeah, there's loads and loads out there. I would say go for one that is kind of like a hydrating one. I know that sounds silly, but if it says, because you can get ones with say vitamin C to brighten, but if you went for ones that were more kind of focused around the skin barrier, so maybe ones that contain ceramides is always lovely. You can use that throughout the day. There's one like a hyaluronic acid one, or anything that has hydro boost is always quite nice and refreshing. Rose, it's very lovely on the skin, calming. An aloe vera one is very nice. The one that I use here is from a brand called Evolve. I also use ones from other brands as well, like Mini Organics. It's got a lovely mist that I use called Rain. I find with hydrators you don't have to spend loads and loads of money on big brands. To be honest, any skincare you don't have to spend loads of money. It's more to do with the ingredients. I think for your skin definitely, if it contains ceramides, so if it says the word ceramide on, just know that ceramides are a friend.
Okay. They do something to do with moisturizing, right?
Yeah, so ceramides are it's almost like the building blocks of a building, so it kind of keeps the structure of your skin nice and kind of stable. If your skin barrier is slightly compromised, what that means is it won't be able to hold on to its moisture. And then when your skin is lacking in moisture, I find it just always just seems a bit unhappy. Inflammation, things like fine lines. Someone who comes to see me, a client, and says, "Oh, I've got new lines, April." I'm like, don't worry, your body's just dehydrated. Well, so before, actually, I do have your email address on your booking profile. So what I will do is I'll send you an email just with some products I would suggest. So hydrating products. Because I know that trying to remember sometimes is quite difficult when you're trying to relax, especially after a treatment. I say to clients, don't worry, I will send you everything you need to know.
Thank you.
And these are just examples, so products that I'm using on you currently, but also ones that you could maybe look out for. So I've just made you a little bespoke mask while you was steaming away underneath that. So the little mask I've just made for you now is a mixture of cacao. So cacao is great. I always use this for any skins that I want to give a lot of love to. It's just very nourishing. It's full of antioxidants, cacao. Plus it smells delicious. And then I've mixed that with some oats. So very great for restoring and repairing and soothing the skin of any inflammation. You can use honey as well feel like that's a nice combination in this mask. Or vegan honey for its antibacterial properties. And then I don't know if you can smell, Melissa, but there's a slight herbally smell. Is that a word? That's neem oil, so it's a little bit pungent. A little bit like onion almost.
I
on its own.
tell if that was the cacao or not.
So cacao should smell very sweet, like chocolate. But I have popped a couple of drops of neem oil, which is actually quite pungent. But I always mix it in with a mask, never on its own, just because it is quite strong. But mixed into a mask, what it does is it's just great. Great for any active spots, great for just killing bacteria on the surface. People tend to use neem oil in their scalp as well. If they have maybe dandruff, they can dilute it with water, I find, for your houseplants, because it stops pests like flies from landing on it. So it's just really good at killing any bacteria.
Quite like the smell actually though.
I
don't
love
mind it. Yeah, it's quite earthy.
It is. Well, judging by my room, you can see I do love my earthiness. But I always like to, again, just to let people know what I am applying onto their skin. Because all of my products are natural, you see, and I love creating kind of bespoke masks depending on what your skin is saying to me, what it's needing. So mixing different herbal products, it's quite fun for me. But I find it's interesting for you as well to kind of know what these scents are that you're smelling, and also the benefits as well.
Yeah, it's so much fun hearing about it too. Like, I used to always love going on YouTube and finding those tutorials where you'd make like the egg whites for face masks or the egg yolks and like all these little concoctions.
Growing up, my mum used to always make like hair masks. Because my hair is quite dry and it's naturally dry, and obviously I've got curly hair. My hair needs a lot of hydration and moisture, so my mum used to mix, just like you mentioned, egg yolk. So in a bowl, egg yolk with some avocado, like half an avocado. I remember being a kid and I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
And I think I tried it for the first time and I was like, ooh.
Avocado's good right on the hair. I think I've had banana used as well.
And banana, yeah, so you can mix that. We used to mix egg yolk and avocado and olive oil, or egg yolk and banana. And, it'd be this thick, mushy sort of paste that used to go on, and I used to be like, oh, mum, I have to, like, watch TV with it in my hair, and you can kind of feel it dry, and it's just like, and then you would wash it off, and then your hair would just be, like, so silky and soft, and I'm like, oh, okay. And that was, like, once a week. So I think it's great, like, we've got so much in our kitchen that we can just use. And it's a lot of fun, I find. Just massaging some avocado oil into your skin. As we just mentioned, avocado is great for nourishing dry skin.
I feel like these are always my favorite bits, where it's like the shoulders and the scalp and stuff. Like, I love the massage part.
Yeah, do you? I think with the facials that, like my treatment menu that I've created, I know I have a few different ones depending on what you want to focus on. So maybe more to do with the skin and like supporting the skin or decongesting the skin, rejuvenating the skin, or focus more on like the muscular sort of tension. But all of them, what they have in common is that they're just all very hands-on. I think even using devices and technologies, it's always nice just to actually massage and have that human contact.
Do you ever manage to get facials yourself?
Not as often as I recommend everyone else. I think I'm very lucky that I have, obviously being in the industry that I am, very lucky to know lots of lovely practitioners who are also facialists or skin therapists, body masseuses, and just body workers really. And it's quite nice because they would always say, April, come and see me. And I'm like, okay. And then we would kind of just do like little swapsies because I love just like obviously giving. That's why I'm in the industry that I am. And I think you kind of forget to receive because you're so happy to give, you kind of forget to kind of look after yourself, like in terms of treatments. So it's nice that I can kind of speak to a friend or they can contact me and then we just do a little swap. skin is nice and prepped and hydrated. I'm going to go in shortly with the buccal massage because your facial muscles feel nice and warm, nice and relaxed. And more importantly, you look nice and relaxed. Relax. for me. And exhale. Take another breath for me. And slowly exhale. Final deep breath for me. And exhale.